Plastic is everywhere. Plastic bags and bottles seem to be everywhere we look, especially plastic water bottles. There's a debate about these bags and bottles and their potential effect on the environment. In particular, plastic debris is in our oceans and our lakes. Encyclopedia Britannica estimates that we add 6 million tons of debris to the ocean every year. 80% of that trash is plastic litter generated on land. There are 5 large garbage patches in the oceans where ocean currents assemble and accumulate all of this litter, including large collections of trash in both the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. Birds and fish are mistaking degraded plastic for food, and when birds and fish eat plastic, that makes its way into our food chain. That's happening halfway across the globe. How does it impact Uptown? The answer, Lake Michigan. The Great Lakes is one of the biggest sources of water in the world, and Lake Michigan is the 6th largest freshwater lake in the entire world. It's also in recovery from years of industrial pollution. Plastic debris could add to that pollution. Plastic comes from many sources. 4 retailers in Uptown who use plastic are Aldi, Jewel, Target, and Starbucks. Jewel spokesperson Karen May said that plastic waste reduction was a priority. Aldi, Target, and Starbucks all outline environmental goals on their website. In April, Truman's student newspaper, the Uptown Exchange, hosted an Earth Day event. Panelists included Truman College President Dr. Reagan Romali and Ward 46 Alderman James Kappelman.
One of the things that I'm doing is that I'll get a lot of backlash on is I'm joining Joe Marino, Alderman 1st Ward, to ask for the banning of all plastic bags in the city of Chicago. That's going to be tough.
Faculty and students in the Truman community are also working on ways to reuse or recycle.
Well, actually, instead of plastic bags, we use the paper bags that we have at home, or we have our canvas bags. We have a ton of them. If we do end up getting a plastic bag, we keep it and we use it to throw out garbage or stuff like that. So we are basically reusing it, but we still feel guilty because it ends up going back into the dumpsters. For plastic bottles, we actually don't buy any soda cans or any soda bottles. We have a home soda stream, and you have reusable bottles that last for up to 2 years. We think it's kind of a Ponzi scheme because I think they last longer than that. And you just use CO2 and make your own soda, which is really great. And then we recycle whatever the liquid comes in.
So it's been a bit of an adjustment coming to Chicago. I still do recycle, but my neighborhood doesn't have pickup at the city street, so it's about 7-8 blocks away. I keep it on hand, and then after a month and a half goes by, I sort of load up a bunch of backpacks and bags and walk it over. It all goes in one big bin, though, and I haven't been used to that. I've been used to a culture of where the consumer does the sorting. In Chicago, you throw it all together and you hope someone down the line does the recycling for you. And I think that process maybe hides it a bit more. You assume that someone is taking care of things further down the line. But I think that also breeds a little bit of a certain level of distrust about the system. And I think you can kind of see that playing out at Truman in terms of our own recycling program, where there are bins that are supposed to be sorted with tin and paper, and but I see banana peels in all of those bins. And so I think there are improvements to be made at Truman and in the city. I would love to see a much more sort of recycling conscious culture in Chicago.
Truman does have recycling bins in classrooms and in the cafeteria, although the system in the cafeteria can be confusing. Dr. Romali clarified Truman's process.
At Truman College, the recycling process is as follows. Truman has cans distributed all over the building where you can put your recyclable items, whether it be paper, glass, aluminum, cans, And what happens is when our recycling company, our waste management company, picks up the recyclable materials, they sort them at their center and make sure that they are recycled. We're also getting some new recycling bins that will be better labeled and more clearly labeled around the building, so you'll see those fairly soon. They're on order right now, so that the students can have more opportunity to participate in recycling. One particular thing of interest is we just found out that another local university has taken up a ban on plastic bottles on campus, and that's an interesting concept that we may want to consider.
Just this week, Loyola University, which has a lakeside campus, passed a ban on the sale of plastic water bottles anywhere on campus. As a lakeside neighborhood, Uptown will continue to play a key role in this debate. The health of the lake can potentially affect all of us who live on its shores. And as a part of the Uptown neighborhood, the Truman community also plays a key role in this debate.